What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prize Picks MLB player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 5 picks. Get 2 minutes of money over here on Prize Picks. As always, we got a crazy day. We got the WNBA playoffs. We have the MLB. I'm going to tell you right now, because I know I'm going to get this question in the comments. I'm not going to be able to put out a WNBA video today because my plan was to get up early, get the WNBA done first because that starts, and then the MLB. They just barely dropped the WNBA, the rest of the board. They only had half the board up when I got up this morning, so I have to get all my core plays out, all that stuff up for my premium members. If you are interested in getting my WNBA picks today or all my other picks, I would highly recommend you check out my premium content packages, guys. That is linked below in the description. I do offer Prize Picks MLB packages, but I do also offer underdog packages. In the VIP packages is what I would really recommend here. You're going to get access to every single one of my picks for every single sport. The NFL is coming up. You'll get the NFL. You get all apps. You'll get the MLB, the WNBA, all of these sports overlapping. It's going to stay the same price. You're going to get access to every single one of those picks. So if you're enjoying the free content, if you're making money off the free content, I promise you the $49.99 investment you make on the month is going to be worth it. I have yet to have one person in the VIP really complain and or say they haven't made more than that very quickly. So that's been very good. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get out a WNBA video. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. I know this is the MLB video. We're going to get into the good stuff here, but the way Prize Picks drop the board, I got to do all this research, figure out the top plays when I'm done recording this content. And then, yeah, so end of that. If you enjoy this content, though, would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Working hard on these videos. It takes 2 seconds. It's free. And we're looking to go 5-0 today, as always. Let's talk about it. We'll go game by game, as we always do. And the first game that I want to talk about today is going to be the Atlanta Braves taking on the Houston Astros because we have Mr. Charlie Morton on the bump today. He is a fantastic K pitcher. Looking at his underlying metrics as far as Charlie Morton, how he grades out. You can see he has, we'll go ahead and sort my sheet by K rate to see where he's ranking above these pitchers. He's got a 28.4% K rate overall with a 12.2% swinging strike rate. 29.6% K rate against righties, and a 27.2% K rate against lefties. So really good across the board is Charlie Morton when it comes to the K stuff. He gets to take on a opponent today, and the Houston Astros, that while they do have their fair share of low strikeout guys, they definitely have their fair share of some high strikeout guys. And let's be honest, like I said, with Charlie Morton's numbers, he can really strike out anyone. Starting from the bottom up, this is where there's a ton of strikeouts at the bottom of the order, guys, with this new Houston Astros lineup. They've traditionally been a very low strikeout team for quite some time now, but things have changed in Houston, I can tell you that much, because starting from the bottom up, we'll go ahead and refresh this page real quick, but starting from the bottom up with Maldonado, he has a 33% K rate overall, and then Myers, 31%, 29, 26, 23, 12, 17, 14, and 14 at the top, so once you get to the 4 spot, Bregman up, these guys are low strikeout guys, but then once you get past them, there's a lot of strikeouts to be had, and Charlie Morton's really capable of striking out anyone. Then you look at the leash as far as how deep they're going to let him go into ball games. Charlie Morton will definitely throw his fair share of pitches. He's got a pretty long leash, 97, 96, 101, 84, 85, 105. You look at the strikeouts the last few times out, 8, 7, and 12 respectively, and his prop is set at 6.5. So love this, love the bottom of that Houston Astros lineup. Lots of strikeouts to be had. Pick number 1, we're going to be rocking with the over 6.5 strikeouts for Charlie Morton. That is pick number 1. Pick number 2, we're going to be kicking it on down to the LA Angels taking on the Detroit Tigers. And we're going to talk about a guy that we haven't talked about in quite some time. That's going to be Shohei Ohtani. The LA Angels don't exactly have much to play for. I don't think that Ohtani is necessarily going to have the longest leash for the rest of the season. I've been avoiding him the last few times out, but this is an exception because he gets to take on a Detroit Tigers team that has a ton of strikeouts in their bats. And I think Ohtani has a masterful strikeout performance here today. He's got a 35% K rate overall with a 15.8% swinging strike rate, 36.7% K rate against righties, and a 33% K rate against lefties. That is elite. Typically going to be right up there around 100 pitches. As far as his pitch count's concerned as well, just pulling up a few of his recent outings as far as his pitch count's concerned, 97, 91, 99, 98, 92. So right up there around 90, 100 pitches. And like I said, this Detroit Tigers team strikes out a ton. Reading off these K rates, starting from the bottom up as we always do with this lineup. We can see the Detroit Tigers, 30% K rate at the bottom for Purdue, and then 27, 22, 22, 18, 26, 23, and 30 at the top. That is a lot of Ks, and I think that Ohtani has a masterful performance, a lot of strikeouts, and I love the over on his K prop today as well. Going to be rocking with the over 8.5 strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani. I think this is a perfect spot for him to get back up to that 10 strikeout mark that he was reaching so easily for quite some time there. So love this pick. Pick number 2. Pick number 3. We're going to be going to the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Chicago Cubs. And we have another heavy K lineup in the Chicago Cubs. We've been targeting this lineup. It has not paid off, but I think it pays off today, man. This lineup is just asking to be struck out 10-plus times with the amount of Ks that they have in it. I think Woodruff can do so today with his elite strikeout stuff. You look at Woodruff's stuff across the board. He's got a 29.2% K rate overall with a 13.8% swinging strike rate, 22.3% K rate against righties, and a 36.4% K rate against lefties. So, especially against lefties, really, really good. But he has good K stuff against both sides of the plate. And the fact of the matter remains, like I said, this Cubs lineup has some seriously high strikeout rates, man. I'm just going to continue to target them. Starting from the bottom up with Morel, he strikes out 31% of the time, and then 32, 33, 11, 36, 31, 22, 21, and 16 at the top. So, it's really just Nick Madrigal and Nico Horner that are low strikeout guys. The rest of the lineup just breeds strikeouts, man. And if for some reason one of these guys were going to get the day off and they're replaced with another high strikeout guy, you can imagine. This lineup is just so good to target for Ks. There's 10-mile-an-hour winds blowing in Wrigley Field as well, which should help Woodruff's case as far as his pitch count, keeping the ball in the yard, all that fun stuff. So I love this pick today. For pick number 3, we're going to be rocking with the over 7.5 strikeouts for Brandon Woodruff. Pretty self-explanatory. And then once again, the leash is long for him as well. He will go out there for lots of pitches. You look at the pitch count, 93, 85, 95, 101, 101. I'm sorry, 100. He typically would be up there right around mid-90s to 100-plus pitches. So 8 strikeouts last time against the Dodgers. They're a much better opponent than the Chicago Cubs. He just barely passed this K prop, and I think he does so again today. So pick number 3, we're going to rock with the over 7.5 strikeouts for Brandon Woodruff. Pick number 4, we're going down to the Seattle Mariners taking on the Oakland Athletics in Oakland, one of the best pitching environments in baseball. We're going to talk about Luis Castillo because he once again has some phenomenal strikeout stuff in a good matchup against the Oakland Athletics, who aren't exactly the most threatening offense in the world. He's got a 26.6% K rate overall with a 12.1% swinging strike rate, 28.2% K rate against righties, and a 24.9% K rate against lefties. Another guy with a really, really long leash. Looking at Mr. Castillo, as far as his leash is concerned, you can see he's been right up there, 110 pitches pretty much every single outing. 109, 110, 109, 114. He's had 8, 8, 8, 7, and 9 strikeouts, and his K props only set at 6.5 today. I don't really quite understand why, but I am not complaining. Pick number 4, we're definitely going to be taking the over on his 6.5 strikeouts. And once again, we will read off these K rates as far as the Oakland Athletics are concerned, starting from the bottom up with their lineup. 38% for Stevenson, and then 22, 15, 14, 55, 25, 21, 22, and 11. So they've done a good job of adding in some low strikeout guys, I will say. You know, Tony Kemp's in there now. Nick Allen's a low strikeout guy. But Castillo's leash is so long. He has such a big pitch out. He's got an elite K rate. I don't think he's going to have much of an issue striking out 7 here for sure. So like the over 6.5 strikeouts for Luis Castillo, pick number 4. And pick number 5. We're going to be going down to the LA Dodgers taking on the Miami Marlins. We're going to talk about Sandy Alcantara. He is elite, man. And we get a nice discount on his pitcher fantasy score today. He gets a tough matchup taking on the LA Dodgers, but I just don't care. The guy is so good. I'm going to take the discount. I really don't care who his opponent is. Looking at his numbers across the board, he's got a 1.92 ERA in the whole season, a 3.51 SIERA, 22.9% K rate overall, only a 6.5% walk rate, 11.7% swinging strike rate, elite ground ball, fly ball, hard contact stuff. Features a 24.9% K rate against righties and a 21.4% K rate against lefties. And he, once again, is a guy with an extremely long leash. He can get you there in so many different ways as far as the pitcher fantasy score is concerned, and that's why I love targeting him. 108, 91, 105, 100, 105. You can see he's gone 9, 7.2, and 7 innings pitched respectively the last few times out. Some of those games, he doesn't have the highest strikeouts. You know, 3, 4 strikeouts. Some of them he does. 7 strikeouts, 10 strikeouts. But regardless, he's just so consistent. Doesn't get damaged a lot. And I get that it's the LA Dodgers, but look at where his pitcher fantasy score line is set today. I have to take it, man. Only at 34.5 for a pitcher fantasy score. I get it's the Dodgers, but there are some strikeouts to be had in this lineup. It's Sandy Alcantara. I'm betting on the talent. I just don't really care the opponent that he faces. He's just too good. And we'll read off these K rates, especially the bottom of the lineup for the Dodgers with Bellinger, 28% for him, and then 35, 17, 14, 27, 16, 11, 18, and 16. So I know there's some low strikeout guys. I know it's a talented offense, but Alcantara's so good. We're getting a discount on him. It's elite against elite, and I'm betting on the elite pitching here for sure with Sandy Alcantara. So that's going to be pick number 5, and that is my 5 picks to get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the MLB today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Once again, if you haven't checked the premium content packages, you got to check them out. If you just do MLB, there's some cheaper alternatives for the MLB packages. If you just do WNBA, there's some cheaper alternatives. And then, like I said, if you want access to every single sport, every single pick, would highly recommend you check out the VIP package. You get access to the exclusive Discord. You get access to these picks before I even release them to the public. So if there's any bumps, you can lock in these tickets. So check that out. If you haven't signed up for Prizepicks, sign up today. Use that promo code KJK DFS to receive an instant match on your first deposit. Lock in these picks. Start winning some money, guys. Best of luck on your MLB props today, and we will see you in the next one.